Still out in Camarillo. New Balance hooking it up with 50% off clearance items. I think this is the only clearance store out in Southern California. This is the only, they got a few other factory stores, but this is the only spot where they got a ton of yellow tags on the back wall, as well as in the aisles, a ton compared to the regular factory stores. And in the women's section, this is kind of the craziest deal I've seen. Actually, this tie is the craziest deal I've seen because I got one of these from one of my boys. Look at the Super Comp Elites. These retail for $265 or something like that. They got it for $130, another 50 off, so $65. The biggest size they have is a size 10. But if y'all have watched my channel, y'all know what you need to do. All right, they didn't have the Ys, but they did have the regular one. So I'm gonna try it out. $65 for Super Comp Elite. That's $200 off. Holy crap. Still in the women's section, look at this right here. I think this is the color I have at home. $100 for these, so 50 freaking bucks. These are fresh foam. Oh, these are 1080s, fresh foam 1080s. I think my fresh foam more is the exact same color as that one. 50 bucks though. Got 574s right there. 574s right here. $80. 80 for these, so 40 bucks. Is there another colorway? I think so, yeah. $60 for these, so 30 bucks for these bad boys. These are clean as well. These are Rebel 5s right here, 130. 550s right here, 100 bucks. Another 880 right here. These are like 1080s, but a little less cushioning. 327, 60 bucks. Super Comp trainers right here, 180. This is all black. 574 right here, 80 bucks. This is the one with like the faux snakeskin type of thing, and then it's all suede. I actually really like these. I actually really like them. $88, so 40 bucks after savings. Another 574 going for 60. And yeah, look at this. Look at the Super Comp Elites right here, 250 right here. And this is very, very similar. This is a New York City one. Very, very similar and cost twice as much. I don't know if I explained, but I did order those. They are going to ship them to my apartment, and they don't charge anything for shipping, so that's pretty dope, and they will give it to you at that price. I'm trying on some other women's shoes, because I know women's New Balance shoes tend to be a little more narrow than men's. I just talked about this in my Nike outlet video, how it wasn't like that over there at Nike, but it is kind of like that in New Balance. I'm checking to see if it's gonna be too wide. I don't know. I figured I would try it. I do see my wide feet kind of coming out a little bit on the side. That's kind of one way to gauge if shoes will fit. More 574s right here. These are going for 60. BBW 550s right here. 110 for these. I mean, only big women get to wear those since they're BBWs. Or no? But yeah, few silver Rebel 5s. 110 right here. God dang, those are light. 327s, 110. More Super Comp Elites. Right here, 2 bills, 100 after the savings. Fresh foam Moors right here. These are one of the most comfiest shoes you'll ever see if you like cushioning. 130, so that's 65 for those. We'll check out the women's aisles, then we'll go to the men's. These are some 880s. Apparently they got different colorways. 860s. The earlier version looks slightly different. Fresh foam Moor. These are the V6s, and this is a crazy price. One is off of 130, so $65. Fuel cells. Rebels right there, 515. 530s. And they got these Super Comp trainers. Super Comp Elite NYC. This is the one that I did grab. Another BBW 550. And then the women's doesn't look like they have as many yellow tagged items. Do have a lot of buy one get one 50% off. I got these deals on 574s. These are the women's right here. So $80, $40 after the discount. All right, back in the men's section over here. And it's mostly casual shoes. Like these 996s. You do get full box, which is pretty awesome. 2 bills. 992s. These are also made in the USA. Got these for $130. Size 7.5. That size 6, 990s, $100. 550s, smaller size. Those are 90. 990s right here, made in the USA. 990s. 130 for these bad boys, so $65. Fuel cells, performance shoes in a crazy color. 135. 515s, 515s, $50. 990s in a cream colorway, get a full box, $100. Right, kind of a little bit of a crowd over there, so we're moving up to huge sizes. Size 12 right here, 140 for these super comp trainers. Fuel cell V5s. That's the other awful colorway. 90 60s and a peach, like a peach, $100. So $50 after savings. Fresh foam 880s, 115, 6.5. These are what, 997s. These are going for 185. 740s, 740s are for $80. One of these 990s, 130. I'm telling you, with these, they give you the full box, which is freaking awesome. Crazy color. The 740s, we've seen these even at the retail shops. $90, 50 off. These unfinished 1906s. So not a fan of these. Want to be looking off-whites. I do got these for $100. Oh, I saw these 515s earlier. I saw these 550s earlier as well. Size 9, $2 for those. In the men's section, we see way more yellow tagged items, including these super comp trainers, these 880s, 860s, fuel cell level V5s. This one doesn't even have a thingy. What the hell? $100 for the, these are thousands. This is off of $80. Oh, my bad. I just realized they don't all have the tags on them. These are going for $100. These 1906 is going 100. These say 135 right here, but a bunch of them say 100. So I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong color. I don't know. 1906s, 9060s, another 9060 right here. It's like a creamish colorway. That's off of 160. Then we got 9060s and a couple different colorways. And these 990s right here, off of 130. That is crazy. $65 for made in the USA 990s. And this peach color one right here, getting the same, actually better treatment, $100. So $50 for those. I think the biggest size I got size 14, and then a bunch of size 11, 11 and a halves. They got some deals right here. Look at this. The 1000s, $50 for those. That's after the discount. $40 for this one right here. 9060s? This is 9060? Yeah, 9060X. The material's a little different. $50. Look at this one. $25. $25 for this right here. Got a few size 7, 7.5, 8s, 8.5s. All right, I was gonna check out some other stores here, but this is crazy. This is crazy. There's like no parking. Fools got moving van. What the hell? They got moving trailers. I've been driving around for a few minutes, and yeah, I'm not putting up with all this. Yeah, let's go to some other spots. All right, there's parking on this side of the mall. We got a locker room by Lids right here. It's the busiest I've ever seen this place. Dude got 30% off the clearance section. But last time I stopped by, they didn't even have nothing anyways. Got little kids jersey right here. A Jaden McDaniels jersey. I don't know. I might be off on some of the football players. $27, 30 off. The Pistol Pete Maravich jersey still $25. Another 30% off on top. Got a LAFC jersey right here. It's going for $40. $40. 30% off. Damn, that's hella cheap. It comes out to like $28. I wonder if I should get that for my dad. I don't think my dad could fit a small though. That's all they have. 150. Actually, we'll check the medium, see if they have anything else. 87 for that Antetokounmpo jersey right here. Got Bibby. Got a Mike Bibby shirt or Mike Bibby jersey. What they talking about? 105. AD 45. Still too much. 60 for the shorts. These are Bucks. Oh, the Nets shorts. They do have this, $40. And they got that Korean dude, so my parents are fans all of a sudden. It's usually how that works. If you're a minority, $40, so $28? $28. $20. $20 for Durant jersey. That's hilarious. If you're a big Durant fan, I guess. Because that drops that down to what, $14? $14. Steve Nash 150. Let's see, Durant, $60 for that medium. Got a couple more 35s right here. Parsons. How much is the Parsons? 30. Cup 60. Tyreek Hill $50. So just got a bunch of players that have all retired and stuff. UNC pants right here. Ooh, UNC pants right here. $40 for these bad boys. And this is a Jordan brand. Jordan brand. What? $40, 30 off, $28. That's not bad. Small Lakers shorts right here. Kind of interesting color though. Yeah, $40. $40, so $28. That's pro standard. These retail for like $80, $100, something like that. Like the most number of people I've ever seen here. There's only like 7 or 8 people here, but it's always dead. Every time I come here, always dead. Commanders hoodie right here, $25. Another 30 off on top. $25 for 47 brand Steelers hoodie. Also got Vikings. Clippers $25. UNC champion shirt $14. Red Bull New York. I was like, oh, Action Sports. Nah, this is the soccer team, right? Soccer team. MLS soccer team. And what they go? $15. Buckeye shirt $25. They got a bunch of team shirts and a lot of them are hella cheap. $25 for the LA. This is a women's. This is Elton John. What the hell? Elton John Dodgers? What the hell? $80. Chiefs 47 brand jersey right or hoodie right here. $25, dude. Dodgers t-shirt 20. Tennessee Volunteers 42. These are larges. Angels t-shirt 30. Another Washington. They got some decent stuff. Prices are pretty legit as well. Yankees hoodie $90. At least you get 30 off. Unfortunately, no Niners gear. Dang it. Dang nabbit. But decent deals, especially the jerseys right there. You don't mind fools that have been traded. Does that mean 30% off all these too? Like Chargers, $5. $5 for Chargers. Cups, I have come up on all kinds of stuff. $5 right there, and then like $25 for the Steelers. Tumbler, these are normally like 40 something. $47. They got Jets, they got Clippers. $10 for this one right here. Jets one's going for $15. I grabbed these for like $6, $7, and now they're back to $39. $39. What the hell? That's crazy. Whenever I come here, I always check to see what random stuff is on clearance. They got $10 hats. Lately, I've not been wearing any hats, even fitted hats for $10. Not bad. New Era brand. They got $15 for these hats. Extra large, like the flex fit type of ones. Snapbacks, $15. They might all be 10 though. They might all be 10 because they're on this. Not bad, you guys. You won't believe some of the deals at the New Balance clearance store out in Camarillo, including these. Look at this, $25. $25 for these 1000s right here. This is crazy. These are men's sizes. They got a few size 8, 8.5 left. They got 990s right here. Go for $50 freaking dollars. That is a made in the USA shoe for $50 freaking bucks. I got this colorway right here for $65 after the discount. Of course, the entire clearance section, $50 off. In the women's section, these are going for $30. These are going for $40. These 574s are $50 after the discount. Another $30 574 right here. Tempted to buy these for $30 as well. And then in the women's, look at the Super Comp Elites right here. $130, $50 off. Are you serious?